Alright, so the goal here is how can I attach the chuck from my lathe and attach it to my rotary table. I've looked on YouTube, and all the methods that I see involve taking the plate and then bolting it directly onto the chuck. What I want to do is transfer it directly from the lathe to the rotary table, or the rotary table to the lathe, using the threads that exist here. So this is 2 1/4, 8 TPI, and I couldn't find anything online to do it, so I think I'm going to try and make it myself. This is 2 1/2 inches, so I got to turn this down to, well, I got to thread it, so I got to turn it down a little bit. The idea is to drill a hole in here, turn this down, kind of press fit this up inside here. Well, I'll probably chamfer the edges here and here. Press fit it, flip it over on the other side, you know, weld along here, and then try to get this thing nice and flat. And then after I do that, put the whole thing in the chuck. Alright, so this would be the furthest point for this circle for the bolts. Alright, so this is the plate off my lathe. I can't mount this directly because I'm going to run into this, so I think I'm going to have to put some kind of spacer in here. Not sure if this wobbly plastic thing is the best thing to use. Alright, instead of the plastic, I think I'm going to use this piece of aluminum. So, 8-inch plate, so I want to make it slightly smaller. So when I cut the sides, I don't cut into the edge with the aluminum. Let's see here. I'll just call it 4, and then I'll cut on the inside of the line. So this compass I modified. I TIG welded a little tube onto the side of here, and then I welded a little bolt onto there and welded this on. And anyway, this will hold a Sharpie or a pencil, either way. I also modified this. This did not have a handle, so I welded this little piece of steel on here. That way I can actually tighten it down good. God damn it. Shoot, it's not big enough. Okay. I'll scoot it over a little bit. Alright, so I think this is going to be a little flatter. Okay, so bolt these through here, here, bolt it down, drill out the center, clean this up. Alright. chips look so bad. Man, here's the deal. It's not centered. Oh, much better. Go a little faster. A little better. Alright, that looks pretty good. Ooh, that looks pretty smooth. Alright, maybe I'll call it a day. Alright, I finally got this thing the right size. Truth be told, it took me 4 attempts to get this thing to be the right size for here. Doesn't quite go in, obviously. I kept machining it down, and then it kept going all the way through. So this will just bottom out on the top of here. I made this press for something else actually, but I think it should work for this. Oh, it's going up. It's going. Oh, nice fit. Alright, looks like I bottomed out. It's good. So, there we go. Yeah, that's a nice fit. All right, here it is. Pressed. This is a really good fit. So I'm happy with that. This is a rotary table that I built a couple of years ago. So since I'm welding something round, might as well use it. I built it. There's a whole YouTube video online where I show how I built it. Every part of this. So you can check that out if you want. Yeah, so here we go. Not enough power. All right, so here's the results. The power went out, and I had to reset the breaker. I only have one breaker here. Anyway, so looks like it worked pretty good. I'm gonna machine this thing down and yeah, try to get this thing flat. All right, I got it out of the rotary table, and I got it in my lathe. seems to be cutting okay. Alright, here's the finished piece. You can see the spots where I missed the weld. I got some pitting there, but I'm sure it's still pretty strong. So I put these on there because I was having resonance problems and it was kind of getting a little bit of chatter, and that seemed to help. So yeah, so I guess next step is to try and put some threads on this. This plate was not flat. I checked it with a straight edge, and it seems to be high here and low here. So I'm gonna try to flatten it. I'm using a Cermet insert I had around. I've never used it before. So I cut from here to here. It's cutting fine. I think I'm gonna have to cut from here all the way down here again because it seems to be still a low spot here. So here we go. cutting. Alright, I've got some sandpaper on my surface plate. I understand some people would never do this on a surface plate, but I'm not. I'm not just a machinist. I do a lot of other things, so take my chances. Alright, so here it is after I machined it and sanded it a little bit. So now I'm going to connect the plate to the adapter. Alright, I'm going to use my live center to try to center this thing. Oh, it looks like it's already centered. Alright, looks like it's at about 25. Alright, I got this concentric pretty well. It's out, I think, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 thou. Let's see here. It'd be like 2 thou. Alright, so. Alright, pretty good. Now, it could have been out 10 thou, it wouldn't have mattered. Because this is going to get turned down anyway, but I wanted to get as close as I could. Alright, here we go. I got it centered, and I'm gonna try to flatten this. Alright, I've been having a real hard time boring this out. This thing is dead center. There's nothing wrong with the insert. It's not chipped. Just does not seem to want to go through this. This is just steel, so I don't know what the deal is here. Not really. Chips look better, but they look. Alright, so I ain't gonna lie, I've had a lot of trouble trying to bore this thing out. It seems to be getting easier and easier as it gets larger and larger. So it wasn't concentric at the very beginning. I think that was kind of part of the problem, but anyway, it seems to be getting better and better. So make another pass. This is 20 thou. sharp chips there. Alright, so I switched to a bigger boring bar. It's got a bit bigger insert, and I went through once. It seems to be cutting better, so here we go again. See how it fits. Alright, there's a little bit of play in there. Not much. It's pretty smooth. Alright, I think I can live with that. Alright, I'm going to hit this face right here a little bit. I already hit it before, but just to kind of like, I don't know, make it go all the way up into the corner. And then I'll make a final pass on here and then start threading. There we go. Alright. Okay, let's take a look here. So I'm just doing 5/1000ths at a time. So we'll just see how this goes. Seems to be working. So I realized that this is a little bit too long for my six jaw chuck. This actually bottoms out. I gotta take an 1/8 of an inch off. I took this off of the faceplate, so that's why it's wobbling a little bit. It doesn't matter if you're taking this off though. Alright, I got my rotary table here. We're going to see how this thing fits on here. So I got this MT3 blank. That's how I'm going to register. Well, make this concentric with this. Is this MT3 blank. Let's see how this goes. No wiggling, I guess that's good. Alright, cool. So, I've got little T nuts that go in here and I can hold this thing down. And this would just stay in here while I'm using it. This will just kind of go up into the back of the chuck. Alright, so looks like the run out is 1/1000th of an inch total. So it is a little bit loose. That did kind of freak me out when I first put it on. It doesn't seem to matter. I mean, you know, it fits on the lathe the same way. It's kind of loose, but when it pushes up against the back, it seems to be okay. So I probably would have maybe checked the threads sooner, you know, and put it on sooner. But anyway, I'm pretty happy with my first attempt at threading, and there doesn't seem to be much run out on this thing. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. This chuck I scored. This is a Logan 6-jaw chuck. The number on here is 3662. I scored this and a Kurt 688 vise for $400 from this machinery, this company that resells stuff over in the valley here in LA. So I've been pretty happy with it. I like the fact that you can adjust these the jaws. You can, there's a little on the key, there's a little Allen piece here, so you can fine tune each jaw. So that's kind of neat. So I did kind of long before I tried to make this, I did kind of adjust them and get them all good. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.